Hey there, everyone. Kenya Moses here, certified life coach and business strategist. And today I'm here to talk to you about sabotage. And more specifically, whether or not you are sabotaging positive change in your life. Now, no one wants to think or believe that they are purposefully or subconsciously sabotaging themselves from creating growth in their life and reaching their goals. But unfortunately, it happens to us all. So we're going to talk about a few things, a few ways that we are actually preventing ourselves from moving forward. So the first one I want to talk about is not having enough time, or rather the excuse of I don't have enough time. Now, I've been known to say this once or twice in my life, but it's true. We often go around saying, oh, I don't have time for that. Can't do it. Can't do my marketing today because, I have lots of things to do. When in reality, we have nothing to do, or we have time on our calendar and we simply just don't want to do it because either it's something we don't feel we're strong at, or it's something we're scared of. Oftentimes we're just afraid of accomplishing what we want, or we're afraid that we're not going to do something well enough so why even bother? So what I want you to do is I want you practicing. Once there's something that you need to do, I want you to write it down, put it on your calendar, put it on your schedule just as any other meeting, anything special, a to-do list. I want you to write it down. And you're going to dedicate yourself to actually doing it. And you don't have to set aside 2 hours worth of time. Put in 15 minutes. So for 15 minutes after I start my day, I'm going to dedicate 15 minutes to work on marketing. Okay? Baby steps. Or I'm going to spend that 15 minutes looking for someone who I can delegate this marketing to. See? We don't have to do everything ourselves. We can have other resources for us, right? So no matter what it is, whether it's self-care, business related, work related, write it down. Make a commitment to yourself to set aside some time to focus on that one particular thing. Next, we have saying, I have no motivation. Now, I've heard this quite a bit myself, and motivation is one of those things that is often misconstrued. Most people believe that motivation is something that someone outside of ourselves needs to give us, but it's not. Motivation is something that is internal. It is something we give ourselves. Now, inspiration can come from outside. That can come from someone else. You see someone doing the thing that you want to do and it inspires you. That's great. The motivation comes after you do the thing. So what's the solution? Do the thing. So go back to number one, writing it down. And now I want you to actually do the thing. The next thing I want to talk about is guilt. Now, there are often times, and I say this to myself and I say this to other parents out there, that guilting ourselves over doing something that is good for us is not a bad thing. We go back to that old adage of being on the plane and the face mask come down and you have your child next to you. Who do you put the mask on first? Do you put it on your child or do you put it on yourself? You put it on yourself. Because if you don't put the face mask on yourself, you're of absolutely no use to anyone else. So I want you to think about this. When there's an opportunity for you to grow, whether in your business, in your health, in your relationships, I want you to focus on, okay, I'm doing this for myself, the betterment of myself, but by taking care of myself, I'm able to help and take care of others. And lastly, I want to remind you that our brain loves to do what is familiar. So if you've spent the last 30 years doing something that doesn't serve you, your brain is always going to want to go back to that because it's familiar. It's like, oh, that's easy for me. It's easy for me to procrastinate. That's my default. You want to change that. So whenever you're feeling yourself getting back into those habits of I'm just going to do what feels natural to me, doesn't mean it's good for you. So think, okay, this is familiar to me, but is it good for me? And if it isn't good for you, then that's where you have to do the opposite. Do what it is that feels unnatural, unfamiliar, and I promise you, things will start to move forward. So there you have it. I hope you found this video useful. If you ever want to talk about life, about your purpose, about your emotional well-being, about career transition, I am here for you. My name is Kenya Moses, and I'm a certified life coach and business strategist. You can find me here, or you can find me at kenyamoses.com. I hope to see you really soon. Have a great day.